Hello, hi, welcome to my channel Knitting Latvian. My name is Ingrid and I am a knitter from Latvia, Riga, and I'm here to tell you about my knits during April. April has ended and so I have a couple of things here to tell you about my knitting journey during April. Also, I had a birthday and I went also to the knitting trip to Germany. I have a video about that, so you can watch it if you want to see how it went there. I was at Yarn Festival for the first time, like a big festival where everything is about knitting or fibers, and so I had a really nice time there, just visiting the country there. I haven't been once there, so that was really nice to see it. And yeah, I have some acquisitions from there, and after I also bought some yarn. I couldn't resist this month, but it has resulted in already finished object, as you can see on me here. I'm wearing a vest, a V-neck vest. This is a pattern by Petiteknit and it's called Stocholm vest or Stocholm slipover V-neck edition. I will add that the yarn is also as this month's acquisitions, but as it went already into the project, it doesn't count. It didn't even go in my stash where I have my yarns placed, but yeah. So here the vest is worked up down. We start at the back firstly, and then we pick up the stitches in both of the shoulders. The shoulders have like decreases also here to make it more make the red. My light fell over. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have the label anymore, but this yarn I bought it in Estonia, in Pärnu. We visited on Easter holidays. I bought it because it has a percentage of yak wool inside. I think it was like 25 yak wool, 50 simple basic wool, as in like sheep's wool, and a little bit of acrylic to give it, I think that to give it more sturdiness and fullness, and a little bit of weight. So I bought 5 balls, and the yarn was like in like iron weight gauge, but unfortunately the yarn didn't have the correct needle size written on it. It said it was supposed to be knitted with 3 and 3.5 millimeter needles. No, okay, I'm a tighter knitter, but I think even with 4.5 millimeter needles it was like almost not great. It was a little bit more like stiffer. It would have been better to make it with 5 millimeter needles, and the label had only the weight of the yarn. It had 100 grams per yarn ball, but it they didn't write any yardage, so I had to guess. The sales person also had to guess how much will I need for this kind of project, but she told the correct amount. I have like a 1/3 of the ball left over, but yeah, I decluttered my stash, and already the project was done, and so I gave it away also. So I don't have the label anymore, but it was some kind of yak's wool, as in Estonian it was written like a yak wool. So yeah, it was a quick knit. I like the chocolate brown color. I think it's trending now, and yeah, I have now a proper waist that I could wear with the shirts, and even with long sleeve shirts like this, or with t-shirts. I don't know. I will try also that. Yeah, this is my first finished object, and let's move to this little pile. The rest of my finished objects, on the top of this pile, you can see a socks, pair of socks, light blue socks. They haven't been washed or blocked yet, and for this beautiful light blue color, I made a lacy socks from the toe of the sock this time, and then up. It has a short row heel, and the 2x1 ribbing on the top, and the elastic bind off for the cuff. And as you can see, it flares out a little bit, but I don't mind it, and when I wear it, it's not flaring. The lace pattern is like this. Maybe you have seen this kind of, but the repeat of this is like a 7 stitches, or the main column is with 5 stitches, and here the purl stitches are 2. There are 2 purl stitches in between each column. I wasn't following any pattern for this, just made it up with my calculations from my mind. Yeah, and yarn and needles. Yeah, needles were 3.5mm needles. Made it in magic loop technique, and I used a 1 yarn ball with this sock yarn, and it is from Novita 7 Brothers, but 7 Brothers, but it is called like Nature, my Earth collection, like under this kind of name, and the color is 109. Novita is great for that they sell like a whole yarn ball that is enough for 1 pair of socks. Even they say it here, like the yarn ball is good enough for 1 sock pair, around like 38th size for. Oh, and the contents, they're a little bit different. It doesn't have a polyester as usually for yarn socks, sock yarn as usually for the sock yarn, but it has a lyocell, 30% lyocell, and the rest of it is wool. Yeah. So the feel of the sock, the material is a little bit like smoother, and for a long time I haven't finished any sock pair, so I'm proud. Yeah, maybe other times if I want to finish like socks, then I should like take this project for some, if we go on holidays or on a trip, then I'm surely to work on socks, because I don't have anything else to distract me. So yeah, I'm not that good as a sock knitter, but as patient as a sock knitter, but this time I did it. So yeah, this is my another finished object, and my last one here is a finished object that I finished during the trip to the yarn festival. Here it is, a little bit see-through, but this is a mohair cardigan, and with balloon sleeves and with the neck in the front. Yeah. So the pattern that I finished here is by Knitting for Olive, the unpronounceable cardigan that I had started earlier this year, and this was the trip was nice time to finish it. About the construction, this was a little bit different than usually. Usually on this kind of cardigans you do the back and then one of the fronts and the other, and then join in the round, and then you join them all together and work flat back and forth. But this time it was a little bit different, like the other way around. I just started here, then I make with the short rows. I already make the curve of the neck's back here, and I cast on the shoulder and work the increases for the neck here and the space for the armpit. The same thing goes again on the other side. Again, the curve of the neck here, cast on the side, go down until here, and only then I pick up the stitches for the back, do the back, back and forth, and then I joined the front with the back, and then I worked the rest of the cardigan for the length. Yeah, came out nice, but I don't think I will ever repeat this pattern. It was it really took a lot of my time to just understand the pattern, but then you have to check on what row you have to make the short rows. Yeah, sorry. It fits really nicely around the neck part here, but I won't be doing it again. But it was interesting to try it. And after that, the body, when it's finished, I picked up the arms, worked in the round, just straight arms, and then decreased a little bit for the cuffs of the cardigan, and worked the ribbing. The ribbing is 2 knits per 1 pearl. Also the placket has like the same pattern, 2 knits and 1 pearl. And from the rest of the yarn I made the ribbon to tie it together on my waist. So the stockinette was worked with 6mm needles, and here with 4.5 on the cuffs. The pattern suggested the different kind of yarn weight to use, but I used 500 meters per 100 grams. This material, it was like half and half mohair and polyester and a little bit of wool. I finished, so I'm planning to wear it like on for summer, for like an events, or I will be going for on a wedding, so maybe I will wear it there. Yeah, because it looks like a light cloud, but it is very warming actually. Yeah, even now when I lay it on me like that, I feel the warmth. So those were my adventures with this knit. And these were my finished objects for April. And let's move to my whips. Let's start on the top. The red thing will be the last because it's the most recent whip. So let's see what's inside this bag. Yeah, it has a great saying on it. If you can read it. To knit or not to knit? That's a silly question. Of course, we knit. A start of a sweater with a color, beautiful folded color, like this, like polo shirt, and with stripes. I hope you can see that the stripes here are not black, they're dark brown, similar as this color, chocolate brown. It has entered my wardrobe, the color chocolate brown. And so here is the start of a Elisabeth blouse by Petiteknit, and I'm doing it in stripes. I made a beautiful striped sweater last year from Drops Lima. It was a Marselle sweater with white and with black stripes. Yeah, I have been wearing it really a lot. I think at least once per week I wear it. So I can surely tell you how the yarn wears, how it is wearing. Unfortunately, it pills a lot in between my underarms. Yeah? So I thought maybe I could make something similar that could replace that sweater and with different yarn. That wouldn't be pilling that much. So here I have Drops Charisma. It's a 100% wool, the same weight as Drops Lima. It is worked with 4mm needles, the gauge, but it is super wash treated. And my thought is that that could help me with pilling. Wouldn't be pilling as much. So yeah, I have my yoke finished. I'm working on the body, on the stripes, and after that I will be working on the arms, the sleeves of the sweater. The Elisabeth blouse is firstly made from the collar. Unfolded, it looks like this. It is double knitted, and after that it is worked as a raglan shirt. A raglan sweater with 3 stitches for the raglan, and it tells also how to make this part here. The sides of it is also double knitted, and the end result is very sturdy. I like how it looks for now, at least. The modification is adding the stripes. Frequency of the stripes is the same as the Marselle sweater by Petiteknit. I liked how thick are the stripes and how frequent are they, how much spaces are in between them. I really like that. And yeah, modification, another modification that I did, the opening for the front, I didn't make it as long as the pattern said. If I would have made it so it would be like around here, it would have been ended. So I made it a little bit, like a 1/3 smaller than it should have been, but I wasn't sure where to start the stripes, so I made it shorter because I knew when the stripes will start, I shouldn't be making them as deep into the armpit, and I hope this is enough to not make it weird looking, so that's why I made it a little bit shallower. Yep, this is my project, working with 4mm needles for the Petiteknit part and also the collar, but the side parts for the neck opening is worked with 2.5mm. And the colors here I'm using from Drops Charisma are, this is 04, the chocolate brown, and the white color is 19. And here we have a sweater. A confetti sweater. Yeah, really nice soft confetti sweater. It has one arm finished, one is in process, and it has ribbings on neck here and bottom, and also the arms, cuff of the arm. Yeah. Oh, now I'm feeling it's really cozy. Yeah. So here what I have is a drop shoulder sweater, a modified version for Marselle sweater, or I could say maybe a modification for the Melange sweater, something in between, because the sweater has a Judy's Magical Cast On for the cast on edge. Can you tell where it is? Maybe this only gives it away. The cast on edge is unnoticeable. I think after blocking it will smoothen out even more, and it won't be, I wouldn't be able to tell where it is. The sweater has some German short rows on the back to make the shoulders to be in the slope. After that, one of the sides is picked up and neck edges worked after the other, and it's joined in the front and worked back and forth. Again, after a while we join the body and work in the round, and so the arms are worked in the round. They have also some German short rows. Thanks to the color changes, I think you can tell that it has like a slope here, like a triangle added. I like the fit, what it gives to arms for drop shoulder sweaters. And stockinette part is worked with 4mm needles again. I think that is my favorite gauge, DK gauge, or either 4mm needles or 3.5mm needles. That is my most favorite gauge to work with. And the collar is double knitted and folded down like that. What else? That is about the construction of the sweater. And let me tell you about the yarn. The yarn is very playful. That's the Drops Fiesta print and color 27. Yeah, it has like these playful speckles throughout. It has a cream base, and together with this I paired it with my famous yarn cone. This is already the third project I'm working on from this yarn cone. And here it is, mohair 70% and polyamide 30%, but the quality of the mohair fiber here is like butter. I will be using it a lot, as long as it lasts. So when I bought it, it was one kilo. So after I finish this project, maybe I will try to wait and see how much it has been worked, how much is left. Yeah. Yeah, and the cuffs are worked in one by one, ribbing, same as the other ribbings there, and bounded off in tubular Italian cast off method. Yeah, really enjoying this project. And let me tell you about my last project. Here is a bright red one. Yes, it is as red and as bright as it shows up in the screen. I'm working on a fitted cardigan this time, more fitted than usual, and yeah, I'll fit it in the screen here. I have finished the body. I just bound off the ribbing on the bottom in tubular method again, Italian method, and the pattern for this cardigan is a Maggie cardigan, again by Petiteknit, and I have to knit the sleeves, of course, and the edges of the neck and the opening for the cardigan. It will have also buttons, so I will be working on them soon. This is my second time making this Maggie pattern, but I used a different needle size and different gauge yarn. Yeah, so I have a different gauge. Drops Daisy in 20, color 20, and paired together with Drops Kid Silk in 61. These two together, and I'm working with 4mm needles. In pattern it is worked with the 3.5mm needles, so the gauge was changed, and so I sized down also for the size that I'm making. I'm making the second size that is like equivalent to extra small, I think, but the end result will be like for medium size, I guess. I don't know, but I guess, but I tried it on. Of course, it fits. It's not that elongated. It's more fitted, and so that's the reason I chose the pattern to make it more body fitted. The cardigan's construction is a little bit different to be more fitted on the body. For the front, it looks like this. It has a satin sleeve. It looks like a satin sleeve, and on the back here it has a detail on the shoulder, on the back of the shoulder. Also has 1x1 ribbing on the bottom. I have improved my back and forth ribbings. I have tried a different technique for working backwards when I how I place my yarn on the needle. I do it like from the different side as usually I knit. Yeah, then it helps a little bit with the ribbings worked back and forth, as you can maybe tell. It still is a little bit crooked, not like crooked, but it has like little steps in between, but it is not as bad as other ribbings that I have done previously. For example, for this cardigan, the bottom ribbing, the same thing, worked in flat. See? From afar it's not that noticeable, but if you look closer, The stitches are not in the same row, and they look like but when it's worked around, they are smooth and even. Guys, okay, I have to do also the sides of the cardigan in the front, and around the neck is the same thing. I'm working back and forth. I have done with my whips and I'll share a little bit about my purchases that I haven't mentioned previously, because the trip purchases are, you can see in the trip video. Some purchases are already done and I don't have the label for them, or I am working with here. So one of them was this yarn, because I had the daisy for quite some time in my stash. So I thought the best thing that I could do is like buy something to combine it, and green color, like light pistachio color. Yeah, obviously here is where I'm using this one, and the pistachio color will be worked with the Noro yarn I bought in Germany. Yeah, so stay tuned and you will see what I will be making with it. So I'm grateful that you joined me in this podcast about my April knits. Hope that you had also a lot of inspirations to do your projects, that you're happy about working on them. That's I think it's the main thing that knitting should be done for, not for feeling pressure to finish something, or just to finish your stash. Yeah, those can be like motivators, but if you don't enjoy the process, I don't think that's the right road to go with knitting. Yeah. So let's meet on another monthly video with new finished objects, with new projects and new acquisitions, maybe. So I'm excited to wait for the summer, and it doesn't stop me from knitting sweaters. No, summer doesn't enter. Summer doesn't affect that. But yeah, bye.